It is the end of support for Windows 10, and Microsoft is already telling you to throw your computer away. I don't know if anyone here remembers. I'm sure you do if you're listening to my channel. Um, I don't know if anyone remembers the Windows 7 debacle that Microsoft could just not get out of, the perpetual I'm never giving up my Windows 7 machine. When Windows 8 came out and Windows 8.1, they were such a flop. No one wanted to leave Windows 7, and it lived probably like 5 years longer than it should have. But Microsoft is trying to get ahead of it this time around by sending out emails telling you to throw away your old computer. I don't even know where to start with this. I mean, okay, let's start by reading the first part of it. What does this mean for me? And I want to preface this with I received this email today and was absolutely in shock. After October 14th, 2025, Microsoft will no longer provide free software updates from Windows Update, technical assistance, or security fixes for Windows 10. Let's just read through that one more time with a little bit of commentary. Microsoft will no longer provide free software updates from Windows Update. I can't tell you how many times, and I'm running a Windows 10 machine right now for recording because Windows 11 is even worse. But I can't tell you how many times I've had to reset my PC or do something like a full reconfiguration for my recording software, my microphone settings, all of that stuff because a Windows update came out and it bricked me. That's They're not even selling this to me. If I don't get more Windows updates, I'm happy. Now I do keep my network secure and I run antivirus and I make sure that my device isn't unnecessarily open to the world so that hackers can get in and give me viruses and steal my stuff. But for the regular everyday human, you're probably not going anywhere online that you need to worry about getting a virus. Technical assistance, I have never asked Microsoft for help. I am a full-time systems administrator during the day, and I refuse to reach out to them. I will go through Google, I'll go through Reddit, I'll go through all kinds of knowledge base articles. I will ask ChatGPT. I'll do everything before I reach out to Microsoft because it's just even more frustrating having to wait for a week for them to tell you that it's your fault and you need to figure it out anyway. And then security fixes for Windows 10. Run a different antivirus. Or don't even run an antivirus. I have a PC here that I've been running without an antivirus, just testing fate. I'm still yet to get any type of malware. It's I mean, for a long time the running joke was that antivirus was how you got viruses on your computer. Maybe there's something to that. Microsoft Defender has plenty of updates that, you might not be protected against zero-day attacks, but if you're just using your Windows 10 computer to go to Twitter, check your email, do daily stuff like that, you probably don't even need all of these security fixes. My recommendation, honestly, put Linux on your computer. Go get a copy of Ubuntu and put it on your computer and run on that for the rest of your life because they don't threaten you with this kind of stuff. And the biggest problem with this next comment that they give is they have decided that your computer's too old. They're not making enough sales on brand new computers. So they've basically just arbitrarily decided that the hardware inside of your computer is not worth it anymore. What can I do with my old computer? Trade it in or recycle it? You might as well tell me to throw it in the trash. And you know what? Let's check real quick. I'm going to check off screen. Okay. I am on Grok right now. Let's get a new chat. I'll move it over here. What is the average cost of a new consumer PC? Hovered around $600 or $700. Data from 2019 says 632. I don't know who's just got that money sitting in their bank account waiting to be spent on a new computer for something that you probably use to edit Word documents and check your email. Like people, I'm sure they go to YouTube on it still. I'm sure they get on their social media, but you can do all of that from your phone. Why would you even buy a new computer at that point? But they're telling you to throw your computer in the trash. That is just ridiculous. And if you do something like upgrade to an infinitely better operating system, like pretty much any Linux distro, they'll run on. I have 15-year-old laptops at my house that are running on Ubuntu, running on the newest version of Ubuntu. This whole like throw your PC in the trash and spend $600 to get yourself a new PC. And that's if you don't get upsold when you go upsold when you go to Best Buy and try and get a computer from one of them, because their whole job is to sell you something you don't need. The next line kind of undercuts what they're talking about. Will my Windows 10 PC stop working? No, your PC will continue to work, but support will be discontinued. That's like, I don't care. Who cares? I'm sure I mean, you can take your Windows 10 PC into Best Buy and have Geek Squad work on it. They won't fix the operating system for you, but if any part of your PC stops working, they'll replace the parts for you. They don't care what the operating system is. They want to make $100 an hour on you. And then how is Windows 11 more secure? This is a tricky one. This one bothers me a lot because if you look up just the knowledge base on every Windows update release since we've gotten Windows 11, there are hot fixes for stuff that they have introduced to your computer because of an update. Maybe not every update. It feels like it's like 90% though. Windows 11 is the most secure Windows ever built. That's only if you're running on one of the newer processors and you have, what is it, TPM 2.0, which is just uh, all of that is to keep your data encrypted and running off of, like, what do they use, secure boot and stuff like that. With comprehensive end-to-end security that covers antivirus, which is a joke, by the way. Defender updates actually don't install automatically. That's something that you have to reach out and get. When you run Windows updates at the end of every month, which Patch Tuesday is every second Tuesday, so you should be running Windows updates if you're running them on the Wednesday after Patch Tuesday, or maybe even give yourself a few days to see if there's any issues coming up on the internet before you go and update. But I had to create a script to run with a scheduled task to reach out and get Defender updates because Microsoft refuses to install them without me clicking the update button. So as far as a 0-day antivirus, they're not doing well there. The firewall is only as secure as you make it. They block apps that you install, knowing full well that these are safe apps. You use them on other computers, you use them in your daily life, at work. They will block certain things from those apps, and it's on you to go search Google and figure out how to unblock them. Internet protections. They're talking about if you use Microsoft Edge, and I've said this over and over again. Microsoft Edge, the only use for that thing is to download Chrome, Firefox, or Brave when you first install the operating system. Do not use that. It is the worst browser in the world. It's so invasive. There's so many videos online. I might have to do a video on that too. They're looking at every single thing that you're doing, and Windows 11 is worse. They have their meaty hooks in every single thing that you're doing. The free AI that you get to use is spying on you. Their mail client is spying on you. Their browser is spying on you. And other parts of the operating system are spying on you. And the reason that they're able to give you this for free is because they're selling your information to other companies and potentially other countries. I don't have any proof of that, but I can't imagine that they're making enough money selling your ad space to be able to justify giving away this operating system for free. And more, I guess, is how that sentence ends. Read more about Windows security. I don't need to. There's plenty of other things that are better. But the thing that makes me angriest the most out of all of this is after they tell you, go ahead and buy yourself a new $600 to $1,500 PC to run our newest operating system. If you plan to keep using your Windows 10 PC, we recommend keeping your files backed up and easily accessible across devices using OneDrive. So here's the upsell. Not only are we going to ask you to spend money with other companies so that you can buy a computer that we have been paid to put the operating system on, we want you to buy into one of our subscriptions. And it's funny because this is a Windows 10 computer that I'm doing this recording from. This computer has asked me multiple times to sign into OneDrive. I have no intention of using it. I use a different company called iDrive. They do perfectly fine with my files. I've never lost a file before. They do backups on all of my computers, up to and including the Linux servers that I run. They do great work. I'm not necessarily promoting them. I like them. If you decide that you want to use them, feel free. I would not go to OneDrive or Google Drive. It's just another way for them to find your information and sell it to other companies. Anyway, I think I'm going to follow up this video with how to install Ubuntu on a computer. If you're interested in that, leave a like, leave a comment. Feel free to subscribe if you learned something. Hopefully this was educational, and thank you for stopping in.